Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. Time for Thankful Thursday. This is being recorded on Wednesday. I try not to do that too much, but when you see what I have to do today, you'll understand. I couldn't keep certain things in the refrigerator, so today is a difficult thing for me. There's been some negativity going on in my life, which makes it hard to be positive and to think positive and to come across as positive, and I'm sorry for that. And I hope that it doesn't bring anybody down. I just hope. So today, what I hope that I can talk about is standing up for your faith in Jesus. So I have 4 verses, and then we'll go into prayer, and then we're going to do some work. And I'm going to talk while we work. All right, 1 Corinthians 16:13. Be watchful, stand firm in faith, and act like men, be strong. Galatians 5:1. For freedom Christ has set us free. Stand firm, therefore, do not submit again to a yoke of slavery. John 3:16, which we should all know that one. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, and whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. 1 Peter 5:9. Resist him, firm in your faith, knowing that the same kinds of suffering are being experienced by your brotherhood throughout the world. Isn't that one the truth right now? All right, let's go to prayer, and then hopefully I can figure something out to talk about. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for being here with us today. And I hope that you can touch every person that comes into this video today. I know things are very negative right now and very hard, and so many people are going through it. It's not just me. It's a lot of people. There's so much negativity thrown at us at every direction that we just would like to be able to escape for a minute and just make it stop. It could be with family. A lot of it could be with family. Friends, our relationship to you. The election, the economy, everything that's pulling at us so many different directions. The one thing that I know is that here in this community, we stand strong for you. And we will fight for you and believe in you and have faith in you. We know that through you, all things are possible. But we also know that bad things happen too. There has to be a good and a bad to everything. I ask that you wrap your arms around each and every person listening today and make sure that they're safe and sound and that they know that you love them. I pray for all of this in Jesus' name. Amen. So, I hate having to get out my air sucker outer. Y'all know that's what I call it. It's actually my food saver. But anyways, so I had to replace the chicken that I just canned up. So I drove over to Ionia today, and I got 20 pounds of chicken. Well, I also got some pork chops, and I have my cheese that I bought last week that needs to be cut up too. So we're going to cut up and seal and preserve food today, which, you know what, that's been going along with my preservation stuff. So I figured, you know what, I'll bring them along with me and we'll do it together. And I can talk while I'm doing it. Go figure. So now what I've been doing with this cheese is, and I mean, who needed more cookies, right? That's what I was going to make today. Is I've been going through and I've been slicing it kind of like this. And then I go back through, I keep it sealed up, and then I go back through. And then I cut it into smaller slices and put it in a container for Tom for work. So the first thing we're going to do is slice all this up. Now the depending of God or Jesus, our faith, kind of came to me because I heard something the other day and it really kind of bothered me. Someone said at a rally, Jesus is king, and she said, you're at the wrong rally. And you should go to the one down there. And I don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, Independent, whatever. I mean, in front of thousands of people, you're basically denying God. And that really upset me, because this country was, I can't remember how many I read, but like, our country was founded on Christian values. And to have it like treated like that just kind of really, really upset me. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? And where those of us that are Christians, we have no value in that, that's kind of what bothered me. So you're going to hear this throughout the thing, right? It's pretty irritating. I shouldn't have probably done this, but if it gets too bad, we'll just stack it up. And so I'm going to seal all this up. I'm not going to label these ones because they'll all come through at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So I leave them in the bottom of my refrigerator in my cheese drawer. And that way, when they're done, I can get more. But anyway, so that bothered me. And then, you know, I've been thinking about how some people, they treat other people not so good. You know what I mean? And they take advantage of people that either don't know better or, you know what I mean? Like, and it seems like it happens more and more. And I'm like, if we have faith in God and we stand up for our faith, why would we want people to be treated like that? Like, I understand it's a difficult time, and if you stand up for what you believe in, you could be canceled. You know, that's why I'm always so afraid of saying something, because my views are already way down. So it's like, you know, am I going to say something that's going to really offend somebody, and then I'm going to lose a bunch of, you know, subscribers and things like that. But then I think to myself, well, if I lose all those people, then I guess this really wasn't a calling. I guess my dream dies with it, you know. I'm just one that believes in fighting for the underdog. And right now, I know it sounds really crazy, but I feel like Jesus is the underdog right now. And that bothers me. And I don't know. I really don't know what to say today. I don't. I do know what I want to say, and it's things that I can't say. But I mean, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I think if you love God and you have faith in God and you put your life in His hands and all that, that you should be that same person. You know, like, none of us can ever be godlike, because we can strive and try as hard as we want, but we'll never live up to being, you know, as good as God. But that doesn't mean that we stop trying. That doesn't mean that you be so bitter and hateful to people and vengeful and vindictive. You know, I mean, that's just not something that I think. There was a small sliver. That's a shame. I just don't see where God would want us to be like that. Does that make sense? Like, vengeance is ours, isn't that part of it? I don't know. But I think that we need to learn to be more tolerant and more loving. And, you know, when it comes to Jesus, it doesn't make you a super Christian because you stick up for him. It doesn't make you, you know, better than anyone else. It is, when you call yourself a Christian, it doesn't mean that you're sinless, or that you don't do wrong, or that you're perfect. It doesn't mean that at all. Quite the opposite. We all fall short of the grace of God, and we keep getting up, and we keep trying to be better and to do better. Like, okay. If your kid messes up, does that mean he's not your kid anymore? You know, does that mean that you stop loving them? No. It means that you help pull them up, and you help them to see the value that they have. If they've been slapped around a few times, and I don't mean physically, but, you know, things have been rough. Does that mean that we should do the same to them and make it even rougher? I think that, you know, it's not just standing up for Jesus. It's not just a Christian thing. It's a human thing. And I think that we need to I don't know. We need to be able to profess our love, not to Jesus if you're a Christian, but to ourselves and to other people if you're not. I think it's important that, you know, we don't make life the easiest on someone, because people do have to work, and they have to work hard for what they have. But if there's something that you can do to make life a little bit easier on someone, I would think that you'd want to do it. I know I seem cold today, don't I? I'm listening to myself and I'm like, Chris, somebody's not going to like this. And I hope that that's not true. I hope that this hits someone today too, like, you know, I don't know. Anyways, let me seal up this cheese, and then I'll be back, and we'll get to the chicken and the pork. Alright, so the next thing I bought, they had them on sale for $2.49, the boneless pork chops. And when we do the repeat week, there's something I want to make with those. So, I thought, well, I'll pick those up. That's a pretty good deal. Because I didn't find any pork loins on sale. So, to make my own, next best thing is to find this on sale. And I'm going to put these in the packages. So anyway, the whole way up there today after we dropped the kids off, I was asking Jack, what do I talk about today? What do I talk about today? Because I'm just like overwhelmed, you know, in some ways. And he's like, I don't know. That's Jack's always his answer. I don't know. But I think that as Christians, or if you're not, that's okay. I don't want you ever to think that different religions don't mean anything, or if you don't believe in God that you don't mean anything. That's not ever, please don't ever take it that way. But I just feel like lately, like I remember when I was a kid, everybody went to church. Like the farmers would come out of the field and they'd still have their overalls on, you know, and they'd come into church. And, you know, if they had to slop the pigs or feed the cows or do whatever, you know, they came into church right off of the field, right off the farm. And nobody thought anything of it. And, you know, do you remember, like, if you're my age or older, you can remember the stores never even used to be open on Sundays, and, you know, the gas stations weren't open, and everybody took God seriously. Like, it was an important part of our life, our days. And, like, I never even knew that before I even started grade school, they stopped prayer in school. Well, when I went to Vesterberg school, we prayed every day before we ate. I didn't know that they were literally breaking the law by doing that. I didn't know that, you know, and I feel like as time has gone by, that being a non-Christian is more cool, you know, not having accountability held to standards, you know what I mean? And, you know, like my son that's an atheist, he's like, you know, I'm an atheist with Christian values, because that's how he was raised. Because what we do and say does affect our children and whatever. So I feel like if my chicken's tipping over. I was like, what's that noise? It's my chicken. I feel like we have to defend why we believe in God. And like, you know, that person called me a super Christian because I do Thankful Thursdays. And so it makes me think that I'm like this super Christian or anything. And it's far from it. Far from it. I do it because it does make me feel good. And there seems to be every week that it touches somebody. And that's important. As a Christian or any religion or any person, you should be able to speak about what you believe in. You know, if you believe in Allah, you believe in Jesus, God, whatever it happens to be, you should be able to have a strong conviction to that person that you believe in. Mine happens to be God, and you know, I feel like sometimes I need to stand up for him. And if by not speaking about him, that makes him less. Does that make sense? Like, he becomes less. Let's seal up these two anyway. Like, if nobody talks about him and nobody acknowledges him, he may exist, but not... Oops, I pushed the wrong button. But if we don't acknowledge him, even though he exists, does he exist anymore? Sometimes you get this set in there just wrong and it won't set. Let's see. There we go. It likes to be played with. But I just feel like if you believed in Santa, like when we were kids, and you truly believed that Santa was going to bring you presents, didn't you brag Santa up? Yeah, Santa's going to bring you this, this, and this, and he makes it through the whole world in one night, and, you know, he's amazing, and he's incredible, and, oh, that Easter Bunny, did you see all the stuff that he brought me? And my tooth fairy, you know? I got 10 cents, or I got $1. Well, kids nowadays want more than that, but anyway. But we believed in those things, and we told people about them. So, why shouldn't we be able to talk about God without being like this super Christian or whatever, you know what I mean? Why can't we put him in our everyday conversations? Like, and I felt this way for the last few elections. I feel like, and I know you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but that's okay. I feel like God's on the ballot. I believe that some people are pushing away from God, and yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like he's on the ballot and we're fighting for him. You know, like during COVID, I really hope this doesn't get me in a lot of trouble, but anyway, during COVID, there were so many churches that were closed down, and so many places were closing this down and that down and whatever, and, you know, a lot of churches closed up, and that's really sad, because, you know, I mean, churches do a lot for people. You know, like our church. Do I attend church regularly? No. I watch church every Sunday. And, you know, my pastor will call me and, you know, his wife and whatever, and I'll talk to other people from church online. But I think that we had gotten, I just wrote breakfast instead of breast. I guess you know where my brain is. But like, we finally set up something that, you know, we could actually speak to one another because we all missed each other so much. But I think since then we've become complacent and we've found other things to do. So, I mean, I don't know how I want to put it. Today has been probably the hardest that I've ever had coming up with something to say or to talk about. If all the personal stuff wasn't going on right now, it probably wouldn't be so hard. But the mean person in me, which we all have that, you know. Wants to lash out and be spiteful, and I don't want to do that. So, we hold a lot inside, you know what I mean? But anyway, back to defending God. Holy goodness, look at this breast. That is massively huge. Massively huge. I don't know any chickens that big, but anyway. We're only going to need 2 for that bag. Holy goodness. That's just a huge 2 breasts. That's huge. Like, you wouldn't need more than that for a meal, that's for sure. Now I lost track again. So I do believe they're all like that. So I guess it'll be 2 breasts per bag. Just like that. Alright, let me pack these up and I'll be right back. There, I got everything disinfected and put away, except for my chicken and my pork. And I'll put that away as soon as the video's done. But when you do that, make sure that, you know, if you had a chicken, or if you had used a knife, or your scissors, or, you know, the pen, make sure you disinfect all that stuff, because chickens came in contact with every bit of that. So, just heads up on that. Anyways, so I really hope that I didn't discourage anybody today, or just go way off into la la land and just be really stupid. But I think as human beings, we need to stick up for what we believe in, whether your neighbor believes in it or not. You know, whether your family believes or not, your friends, whatever, you need to stay convicted to what your beliefs are. And don't let people, you know, bully you, or, you know, call you names like super Christian if you acknowledge God, you know, or call you something else if you acknowledge something else. I know I talk to a lot of different countries, but here in the United States, we still have that right. Right now. And I did want to speak to something about, and I'm not going to say who to vote for, anything else. Like, our early voting starts on Saturday. And so me and Tom and Jack will be down early voting on Saturday. Jesus, God, Allah, whoever you pray to, they are on the ballot, and make sure you vote for them. I've seen so much this campaign season, I just want to honestly be sick. I told Jack, I said, man, I mean, I have signs too, but I said, I can't wait till all these signs come down. And everything that I get in the mail is well, at least it's not bills, but you know, it's all campaign related and everything else. And you know, I live in a swing state, Michigan, so they bombard us with stuff. They do. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even tell you. When you live in a swing state, it's no holds bar, man. They just bombard you with all kinds of stuff. So by the time election day gets here, you're like, phew, thank you. Yeah. But I heard the other day that only 51% of Christians, people of faith, so that could be other faiths too, only 51% vote. We don't need to be loud and vocal on whoever you choose, but get out and vote. And ladies, people of color, we had to fight for that right. So let's get out and make our forefathers, sisters, you know, proud of us that we took what they went through and we are continuing with that. I mean, I'm not a women's liver. When I was younger, and like my son said, you're a woman's liver, but not by choice. That's one thing I never realized until COVID, that I could actually stay home and be comfortable in my own skin. I always thought about being a stay-at-home mom, how great that would have been, or a stay-at-home wife. But the opportunity was never afforded to me. I always had to really bust my butt and be away from my kids a lot of hours. And it was rough. But that's one thing through COVID. I learned I like being a housewife and a grandma. Like tomorrow I have to pick up Emmy early. And, you know, was I working, I couldn't be able to do that. And so, yeah. But, you know, get out there and vote. And I don't care which direction you go. I hope it's the one that I'm voting for. But if it's not, it's a free country, you know. Get out there and do your thing. Vote all the way down the ballot. You know, don't miss anything. That's something I've always taken very, very seriously. When my kids were just children, little tiny toddlers, you know, like in their car seats still, we would take them into the voting booth with us, and we would teach them that is your responsibility. Now I have one that will vote against what I want and one that will vote along with me. But you know what? That's their choice, and that should be afforded always. So I hope today made some kind of sense, and if it didn't, I apologize. I don't want to say the life is being sucked out of me by somebody, but it feels like it sometimes. How's that? But anyways, we need to fight for our faith. And I don't mean like punch somebody out or something. Like, don't do that. No violence, no violence. We don't need that. But whatever you believe in, stand up for it. And I don't mean just God, but your values, your principles, your beliefs, your, you know, your honor, whatever it happens to be, stand up for it. I'm sure Jesus would come down here and defend us, but that's really not his job all the time, even though I found tons of verses that said that. But stand up and be proud and know who you are. I mean, know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, get to know yourself. You know, stand up for your beliefs. Mine happen to be in Jesus, God, the Holy Trinity. If yours is different than that, or you don't believe at all, stand up for what you do believe in, or who you believe in, or what you believe in. You know, and don't let people bring you down. It's easier said than done, I can tell you. But you know what? If everything in this world was so easy, it'd be heaven. It wouldn't be earth anymore. If there was never any struggles or sicknesses or, you know, problems, it wouldn't be earth. So, you know, sometimes until you guys comment, I think, oh my gosh, you failed. You didn't get anything across that you wanted to, and then what you did get across sounded just dumb. But I guess I'll know in your comments. And again, my views are way down. Like, I went from 500 to less than 200. I don't know what happened there. But anyways, so if you can like, share, and comment, that would be great. Awesome. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I paid $1.80 a pound for the chicken. That's why I drove up there to get it. And then it came to $55, and I got some strawberries and kiwi and some potatoes, bananas. So I didn't think I did too bad. I got 20 pounds of chicken. So I think $55 was pretty good. And then I just placed my order, and I know I forgot one thing. I went to the sink, and I'm like, you forgot dish soap? I don't know if I can add to the order to Sam's or not, or if I'll just have to pick that one up. But twice a year, I kind of stock up on my paper goods. And, you know, that's like bags and stuff like that and anything I need. So that'll be a video coming up. We're hoping to go down to Bronson on Friday, but they haven't put up anything on sale, so maybe not. Next Friday, daycare isn't open, and AJ happens to have this day off. So me, Jack, Tom, and the boys, we're going to go up to Pineview, as long as there's no snow. Chris don't do 2-hour drives in snow. Well, I do, but I don't like to. So we're hoping to go up to Pineview. So that would definitely be our last trip of the season, because, yeah, anything, like last year it was snowing on Halloween, so, yeah. But I want to thank you guys. You know, Thankful Thursday should be about thankfulness as well. And I am thankful for God. I am thankful for my family, my friends, my loved ones. There's so many things I'm thankful for. But I want you guys to know that I am very thankful for you, each and every one of you. Even if you never comment, nothing, I'm just glad that you're here and helping me to live my dream. And I love getting to know you guys. And, you know, like, I've placed 2 prayer requests this week. And, you know, if you have one, I'll put it on there as well. The little boy, I haven't gotten much updates on. All that I know is that he's not in the coma anymore. I'm not going to tell more of the story, but it's a really horrible story. And, anyways, so, but he's out of his coma, and he's going to have to relearn to do everything. Because it damaged part of his brain. And Sherry, we love you. You better fix that heart, girl. So, you know, and if you really do need to talk, never be afraid. Don't feel like you're ever alone. You know, get a hold of me. My email's down below. Make sure you get a hold of me, and, you know, we can chat on Facebook, or we can chat through email, whatever it happens to be. Never in this world feel alone, because that's a bad feeling. That's a sad feeling. And I don't want any of my community to ever, ever, ever feel that way. So, if you need to chat, hit me up. But anyways, I hope you got anything out of today. Rambling, rambling, rambling. Brain not working right. Anyways, I'm going to get this stuff in the freezer. I do love you guys. And you perk me up when I need it, and you encourage me, and you're making me into what I feel is a better person. And boy, when you got that, that's amazing. That is truly amazing. And know that you guys give that to me, and I hope that I bring love and understanding and gratefulness to you as well. Because it's not fair if it's one-sided. But I do love you guys with all my heart. Thank you for your time and your energy, and your good words, and you're just, I have the best community. I don't care what people say. This community is the best. So it's a long video. I'm sorry. But anyways, I love you guys. You guys have a blessed day. Be a blessing. And smile. And stand up for you. And stand up for what you believe in. I love you guys.